This Saturday at 10 a.m., The Rain Man Show is back on Imperial Valley's premier talk radio station, KROP AM 1300.
Why are we having a hashtag teaching people to steal things?
I don't condone the no flagging challenge, but if you took that flag,
the Confederate flag,
and you stayed on their lawn for a good 60 to 90 seconds and waved it and say, hey, look, I got your flag, fool. I got your flag. Now that's a challenge I can get behind.
The Rain Man Show on KROP AM 1300.
Warning. Supernatural The Crossroads contains adult language and discussions. If you're easily offended, do not continue to listen.
Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. I went to the crossroads. Well, now on my
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Supernatural The Crossroads on Rain Man Digital, Crossroads 003. As always, I'm your host, Thomas Cowley, and joined with me is Ryan Denton.
Howdy.
And Michael Flores.
Stop being an idiot.
Wow, that's right off the bat.
Right? Guys, we are...
Stop being an idiot.
We want to thank you for listening to us, and if you don't know, you can get the Rain Man Digital app through the Google Play Store on your Android device if you're cooler than those of your friends with Apple.
I have news.
Do we
shut
really?
up, Thomas.
Do we really, for once?
It will be up.
Yay!
Officially, I actually...
Do we have a date?
I actually just finished getting it all set up.
Okay.
And it's officially... It takes money to do these things, and I was able to put, divert some funds over to it, and I...
Embezzlement.
It's... Exactly. and it should be ready to go in about, I'd say about 7 to 10 days, maybe
7 to
even
10
sooner.
years? 7 to 10 years?
7 to 10 days. It's
Really?
for sure this time. It's
Yeah.
all
Okay.
squared away. I got it all
so
done.
suck it, Thomas.
Well, there you go. Now everyone can enjoy the Rain Man Digital app to check out.
Stop being an idiot.
Now it's more accurate. This show and all the other shows on the network, in case you guys haven't checked those out already. We're in the middle of hiatus right now.
Yeah.
It's, July? I don't even know what day.
Who cares? It's
Who cares?
hilarious.
It's hot as shit out here
it
in
is.
Arizona. And we have no Supernatural to get us through it. So we know what you guys are feeling like, but we have news for this episode here. A lot of stuff has happened. It's been San Diego Comicon has come and passed, and we actually have Ryan. You were out there
Yes,
at
I was.
Comicon, and
I
you
was.
have a couple of stories for us.
Absolutely. Which one should I start with?
Okay, so I think the biggest one you should start with right now is the Ruth one, because that's the one that I like the most.
Okay, so...
You guys had sex.
Yes, I banged her. She's a great lay. If
You're not so much.
And if she's listening to this, no. So
I was drunk at Comic-Con.
So stupid. What's cool is as the Hard Rock, which is right across the street from the convention center, is kind of the place to hang out for celebrities. A lot of the movie studios get rooms for the celebrities there.
Yeah.
So it's the place to go. If you have connections, you can get in and go to parties and
Meaning
stuff.
it's the place to stalk people at. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I have friends that always stay there, so I get in every year. So we're standing there, we're waiting for someone to come down, and you have to have like a key card to get in. And I kind of glance over and I see a red hair, which it's in person, it is very bright. And I'm like, oh, it's Ruth. And I didn't want to be weird because she was with someone, so I didn't want to go up and bother her.
Yeah.
Especially in the gas lamp. You just don't want to go in.
Was it a dude she was with?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was with a guy, and
So
I was...
you even more didn't want to kind of intrude.
Absolutely.
You can't have more than one, rooster in the hen house.
Right, dude. Yeah. I mean, you can only have one cock at a time.
Right.
Otherwise, it's a devil's threesome.
Whoa.
Or it's a cockfight.
Oh, let's play swords. So anyways,
over there, cheap bitches.
so stupid. So anyways, I'm kind of just standing, and she glances, and then she double takes, which kind of threw me off. And she's like, Ryan, and I'm like, and I turned around and I kind of looked, and I was like, is she talking to someone else or? Oh,
she knew who
me.
you were.
Oh my god!
Oh, Ryan's so humble,
dude. Honestly, dude, it was really weird. I'm
Just
not
like
gonna
Mike,
lie.
if it was me, yeah, it's me you're talking to.
So, anyways, I walk over and she's like,
"Come on, Sam, pay attention to me. I'm bored."
So I walk over to her and I'm like, hey, oh my gosh, it's really nice to meet you. And then in my stupid oh my god, this brain, I'm like, it's really nice to put a face to the name. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? In my brain, I'm like, you dumb motherfucker.
You actually said that to her.
I literally said that. Yeah. I was like, you stupid dumbass. And she just kind of laughed. I don't think she really caught what I said. I'm like, oh, thank God.
What I've said makes it seem like I've never watched your show.
Yeah, I don't even know that you're on Supernatural.
That's what I told Ryan. He should say, who are you again?
Oh,
who are you again? But you should have played a gangster. That would have been gangster. If you were a gangster, you would have played like a gangster.
It would have been shh.
What if she's all, hey, you don't know who I am? Like, oh, Ruth. Or call her something different.
Oh, Ruth Cannell. Yeah. I should have. Oh, that's what Mike called you like 14 times.
Oh, she loved it too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she did.
She DM'd me.
Oh, did she?
Several times that day.
Yeah.
I love that you mess up my name, you piece of shit.
I like how the two of you are fighting fictionally over what might have happened.
So, anyways,
stop being an idiot.
So stupid. So, I asked her, how are you enjoying Comic-Con? I don't know if it was her first Comic-Con or not. So that's kind of the standard question I ask. Other than that, it was really weird.
Was she confident? Was she like shy a little bit? Please tell me she was shy just a little bit.
She was just a touch.
Okay, I like that.
And the thing is, and I'm like,
this will help his fantasies later. He's writing these down.
Dude.
Hey, listen, fan fiction.
The shit out of me and her.
We're in hiatus right now. I'm trying to make do.
He needs something.
Just ship the shit out of me and her. So
stop being an idiot.
So the thing is, she's like, oh, we're gonna go, and I'm like, oh, it was great to meet you in person, and so later, about 5 minutes later,
why were they there? Were they trying to?
Well,
and why were you there?
Well, I was outside the Hard Rock because we were waiting for someone to come down and take us in. So after she gets in through the front door, and she goes in, and of course my brain doesn't register like, oh my god, I'm going to a party. She doesn't look like she's going to do anything. Yeah, I could have just been like, hey, why don't you come up and hang out with us at the party? And of course, you don't think about that stuff until after the fact.
Right.
And I was just kicking myself in the ass the rest of the night.
And everybody's at that party. It's not like you're inviting her. Don't make it sound creepy. It's not like
you're a kickback at your room.
Yeah, it's not like you're going, hey guys, we're going to have solo cups and we're going to have a house party.
Yeah, there was like 120 people in this room.
And you do this. You're like kind of a veteran. You kind of give you some credit here. You don't stalk people. We make jokes. But you always end up in the right parties. I mean, wasn't it last year you were partying with Bryan Singer the entire night?
Michael Fassbender, Bryan Singer, Peter Dinklage.
I don't know that story.
I'll tell that after we get off air.
Yeah, and that's
a great story.
It's one of those stories.
It's a good story.
Ryan's not a stalker. He just happens to find himself in the right parties all the time.
I hung out Friday night with Eldon Henson from the guy that plays Foggy on Daredevil.
Okay.
Well, Fulton Reed from Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
And we spent like 3 hours in his room. He just invited us up to hang out. And it was just right place, right time. So it's not like I'm stalking people. I mean, I ran into Misha in my hotel.
Yeah.
We're walking back to the room, and he's coming in, and nobody notices him. And because he's like incognito with his sunglasses, I was like, hey, Misha, can I get a picture? He's like, yeah, sure. Yeah. And that was it.
I swear to God, you have...
Misha was trying to hide. He was wearing... I saw the picture. Didn't even look like Misha.
No, not at all.
And Ryan zeroed in.
I swear to God, Ryan has Misha radar. This is like the third time.
Dude, more than... It had to be like five times now.
That we've heard of.
Well, dude, I
verbatim.
I peed next to him in the freaking... At the con. And,
see, right there.
It was so weird, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah. Because you always know, like,
dude, right place, right time, dude.
It's like if anyone's seen Parks and Rec, when he's in the room, you're like,
yeah, it's weird, and it's not even like I'm trying to. That's the kicker. I think the story with Ruth, though, it completely caught me off guard that she recognized me.
Yeah,
from Twitter and Instagram.
Usually not the way it goes.
So
now you ran into somebody else, and you kind of dropped the ball a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude. I was upstairs in the sales pavilion. That's where they do all the autographs and stuff. Yeah. And I looked over, and there's Tomo. Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit! Like, of course, I love him. Gadriel, yes. And I'm like, oh shit, I love him.
He's one of my absolute favorites.
Dude, favorite character on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor. and there's nobody in his line. Like, nobody. It's dead over there.
Way to put him over, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I think he's amazing. So I'm like, this line should be out the wazoo. So I walk up and I'm like, hey,
doesn't remember his name.
Hey,
I'm like Tomo. I'm like,
Angel guy.
So stupid.
Stop being an idiot.
I'm like, Tomo, I do a radio show. Would you like to possibly do an interview? And he's like, well, right now it's probably not a good time, but how about tomorrow come back and around 6:30, I'm done at 7. We can just sit down at the table and talk. And I'm like, well, shit. And I didn't think he'd say yes.
Yeah, because you weren't prepared.
I wasn't fucking prepared.
Yeah, well, you sent me a message.
Yes.
And I was literally this close
to just driving,
to grabbing my gear and driving over there because I wanted you to have all. Because you said you were going to record it from your phone, and I'm like, you know what? That's better than nothing. But
it looks really.
But I had my terrestrial show I'm doing, and I just couldn't do it.
Well,
I had way too much work to do.
I mean, I told you in the message I need to start taking the mic with me, anyways.
Yeah, can't believe we didn't give it to you, man.
I should have.
That's an idiot move on our part.
Well, for San Diego, I have to have it with me.
Yeah, next time I'm going to give you an entire like a little mini gear set, so you don't have to even record it from your phone.
Well, next time we should try and go.
That's true.
Like, like why send Ryan one man out?
If you want to get us set up for professional status, I'll give you all the information.
Super easy, dude.
Well, I just don't have time to do it. So if you or Thomas want to do it,
I can enter you guys in. It's super. All
Ryan,
you have to have is
can set that up. I know.
Yeah, we've done it before.
3 sources
but
of material.
Dan did all that stuff for us.
I can do it, dude.
Yeah, I just don't have time.
But yeah, dude, I should have took the mic, and I didn't go back because I didn't want to be. I just didn't want to be unprofessional.
So you didn't go back?
I didn't. I didn't.
What if he was waiting there?
Well, no, I didn't give it like.
He's all like, dude, kick it like he's
it's
kicking
like
the ground.
school,
like
dude.
Tomo's like kicking the rocks.
Dude,
I
told him I'd be at the swing set at 11.
He seems so nonchalant, dude.
And he's waiting there. Little violin music plays in the background. Rain cloud comes in. He's kicking the dirt.
Yeah. Dude, the Bruce Banner. Dun, 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 dun. No, dude, I don't think he remembered, dude. Honestly, so
of course he remembered. He wouldn't say say things like that. He could have said, "Yeah, fuck off, dude."
Well, I'd have been like, okay. So I don't know. It wasn't. I know how you like things, Mike. I just didn't want to be super duper unprofessional. I'm talking to my phone. You know, like,
I get that.
I'd rather have had the microphone. So from now on, when I go to stuff like that, I'll take the. There it is. This is him. Tomo's sitting at his table. Where's Ryan at?
He said he wanted to talk to me.
He wanted to talk to me and have an interview.
No one in my line. And now this guy leaves too?
This is bullshit. I'll never act again.
I can't believe we didn't even put Tomo over at all. We basically said he has no. Okay, let me just summarize what just happened. Yeah, so I saw Tomo. He had nobody in his line, so I was like, "Hey, do you want to do an interview?" He's all, "Sure, come back at 7:00."
And then I said, "Fuck it."
Fuck it, I didn't show up. Like, you just fucked over Tomo, dude.
Oh my god, that story's so much worse in hindsight.
So Tomo, if you're listening, I'm so sorry I didn't come back.
This isn't gonna make the cut.
But it was just fun. I mean, you know what, man?
Dude, you're such a dick.
I know, dude. It was bad.
You publicly say on our shows heard by literally thousands of people, his line was empty, guys.
Well, it's not, dude.
And then
okay, hold on.
Hold
on. Let me explain that though. Hold on. So he was signing from 2:00 to 7:00. It was like 6:45. That's why nobody was in his line.
In the morning?
No, in the evening.
Yeah, okay.
That's why no one was in his line.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So it was like almost dead, dying down the whole show. So
dead, dying down.
Yes, that.
Okay.
Sorry, I sound like Thomas now. So yeah, I mean, it was. I just didn't want to be super unprofessional. It would have sounded like shit.
Yeah.
So I just didn't. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I just kind of. I guess I pussed out.
Yeah, that's all right. I get it.
Yeah. Well, we actually do have some news from the whole Comic-Con about the show in general.
Yep.
Now, Ryan, do you have this up? Have you read through this?
I do. I kind of skimmed it.
Is this like it's a like synopsis, like really brief, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want, I'll read the article. I don't have a problem.
Go ahead, sure.
So yeah, so they normally do I'll just preface this. So at San Diego, Sunday is always the Supernatural panel. They always do it on Sunday. So it says it's the last day of 2015 San Diego Comicon, and per usual, we save some of
Comicon.
Comicon.
All right, let us tell people where the article's from, since you're going to be reading from it.
Yeah, it's from dreadcentral.com and Comicron. And it says, per usual, we've saved some of the best for last. Today we chatted with cast members Mark Shepard, Misha Collins, Jared Padalecki, and Jensen Ackles. plus co-executive producer, writer Andrew Dabb. And while we didn't have much...
Is it just me, or is Andrew Dabb getting a bit more...
He's getting more limelight.
Is he getting more credit?
He's getting a lot of credit.
Yeah, a little bit more limelight, yeah.
Could they be setting him up?
I'm wondering. Because they are really kind of, you see, he's getting more PR.
Yeah, he absolutely
is.
He's
involved more in the, concept, story, the whole controlling, overarching stuff.
Yeah.
So it basically says that they didn't have a ton of time with each individual, but they had a couple scoops about season 11. So they go into talking. We start things off with the King of Hell himself, Mark Shepard, who reminded us that Crowley died at the end of season 10.
So did he die?
Well,
then?
wait, does he?
That's what I've read that a couple other places.
He said verbatim?
That's what it says here.
That's what it says. But here's what it says:
I call horseshit.
It says, why was he at the convention then? There was no way they could keep him from coming. When someone mentioned that Dean killed Death, so maybe he's not really dead.
Well, we didn't see it.
And that's the thing, is that if they wanted to truly kill him, it's the season finale of season 10.
But here,
why not show that?
But then he says Shepard said that killing Death doesn't stop the process. We're back to square one.
See, we didn't see it, so I would go with Ryan's line of thinking of Chuck.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
I would agree with you on that one.
Yes, that one, yeah. It said when we asked him about his bitch of a mother, Rowena, he said that she definitely has the upper hand, and after being underestimated. As for what we can expect in season 11, he said if season 10 was about relationships and expansion of the characters, season 11 is back to a reset.
Yep, I've been reading that a lot.
So what does that mean exactly? Like a reset in that
we're going to get into it with other articles, but they, from what I've been reading across the entire interwebs, is they're resetting it, meaning they're going back to square one. And basically, from everything I was reading, they've been working towards getting to here. And now they're going to go back to the epic storylines.
Interesting.
Of seasons 1 through 5.
So,
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, to continue,
we'll elaborate on that with the other articles. But
to continue with the article, it says, next we had a few minutes with our favorite angel, Misha Collins. Supernatural, we asked about one of the biggest controversies among the fandom, Charlie's death. Misha said, you just cannot have a scared cow character.
Sacred.
That's spelled, actually says scared.
Good job, Dead Central.
Yeah, great.
I know it is, but I read that.
I know. Sacred cow characters who are unkillable. Viewers need the palpable drama of knowing anyone can die. Drama. Y'all got yourself a
drama. In the morning.
TNT. We know drama of knowing anyone can die. The writer needs to unfold the story in a free, unfettered manner in order to raise the stakes. Which I agree with him on that. Absolutely.
Now, okay. Does anyone personally think that's? Because I think that's a smart move. We've talked about this we talked a lot about the Charlie's death episode. But I also feel like I can't help but feel that with the success of stuff like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, where no one is safe, essentially, except maybe 2 characters, I feel like, do you guys think this was something that the show kind of did because it's like, let's kill this major character off because that way, like other shows, no one feels safe? Or do you feel like it's more Supernatural's always done this, it's kind of just their thing as well?
First off, let's get rid of the word major character. I think the fandom, I think certain select fandom members made her
a major
character. She's not a major character.
A major character is John.
She's been in eight episodes.
Yeah,
maybe. 8-9 episodes. She's not a main character or a major character. She was a character that was used and utilized, and then they killed her.
To me, she's like a Garth level character.
Yes.
See, I think that she had more impact on the brothers than Garth did.
I agree with that.
Garth was
However, would you consider her a major character?
No.
Yeah, I mean, a major character death would be Castiel or Mark Shepard.
Those are major characters.
The brothers, Castiel, way back, even Joan Ellen, Bobby, John, people who have been throughout the story, rather than, because again, this comes back to what we had a problem with Felicia Day in the show in general, was that she was just, hey guys, look who's here today, like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing, rather than be an actual character. It wasn't until she came back from Oz that she became a person.
Well, right. And I think that's where the writers did a good job, where they took this character who wasn't very important to the main storyline, utilized her in a way this season, in the past season, in season 10, so they can kill her. That was the entire point.
So that her death would matter.
When the writers were saying, hey, we're going to bring her back a little bit more than we have, they were trying to make it seem, because if they just brought her back for one episode and she died, it wouldn't have had this big of an impact.
Well, dude, I consider Kevin a more major character
I
than
agree.
her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I think some certain fan members were just very upset about her death, and I understand that people get their favorites and people get attracted to certain people, and I get that. But everyone keeps saying controversial death of a major character. She wasn't a major, and I wouldn't even call it controversial just because
people didn't
fans
like
got
it.
upset.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not a controversial thing that somebody died from a horrible villain.
Yeah. It's not like, she was raped brutally and
this isn't Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it wasn't controversial in that manner.
Yeah.
So the next
unpopular is more accurate.
Yeah, there you go.
Moving along. So
don't move us along ever.
You fucking tell us what to do.
Whoa, sorry guys. I didn't mean to tell you how to live your lives. So it says Jared then sat down with us and reflected back on how when he was filming the pilot, series creator Eric Kripke said not to make a big deal out of the monsters in the closet, but to act as if there's sort of a thing is normal, and he's known it for a whole life, and now that's how he, as Jared, feels about it. Another demon, we've got to take care of it. Basically, what we've said before, like, hey, oh shit, another demon,
Right.
He's not really focused on directing any episodes, and said that he really loves. That he really loves my position where I am as an actor, having the director and having the writers. They guide the ship, and I have freedom within that guidance.
He said that during the Nerd HQ panel as well, I believe, where he said that, hey, I'm happy in the position I am. He can, Jensen direct.
Likes
if
the
he wants to, that's fine. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm Sam, and that's all I want to be is Sam.
So here's a big
and I paraphrased him out there. Fans out there don't get upset. He didn't say that. He didn't say that exactly.
Here's the kicker that I thought was interesting. He says, as for what he's excited about leading into the new season, is that, quote unquote, the boys are back on the same page.
Yeah.
He feels the show has been able to sustain its fandom over the years because of really great writers. It has become greater than the sum of its parts. Sacrifice, love, loss, teamwork, loyalty, greater messages that are everlasting, which I actually agree with. And he says his character has really had no boundaries. He's been soulless, played Lucifer, played himself, and the fandom sticks with him. They have become a family, which I would agree with, dude. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but at the panel, Jared started kind of talking about the depression that he was going through, and they gave every person in the crowd one of those electronic candles, and everyone lit it up in the panel for him, which he almost was in tears, I guess, at the panel, which is kind of cool.
Of course, yeah.
I thought
Can you
that was
imagine
kinda cool.
having a support like that? It's great.
Dude,
There's a reason
pretty
it's
cool.
the hashtag is SPN family.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you guys saw my tweet. It was pretty awesome the other day. It's a cool video.
I'm gonna blow myself real quick. Nobody minds.
Let's get on the Jensens.
So the next part
and then Carver, and we'll skip Andrew Dad. We got to move on.
Okay, so it says, then they were joined by Jensen, who said that they were tiptoeing into the 11th season. We're facing the darkness. I could see some surprise alliances for the greater purpose, which is kind of intrigues me. He says really likes the format of the upcoming season. The brothers are together, back to Sam and Dean, fighting a common purpose, which is what are the brothers going to do? They are joined together on a mission, which is cool. I'm actually excited to see them back together because I was getting kind of tired of that.
Yeah, I think we all
back and forth baloney.
We liked when they came back from season 10.
I wouldn't say I was tired of it, but it's time to move on past that for sure. 100%.
So it'd be nice to have them together like seasons 4 and 5 again.
Yeah.
So then they go on and they, when asked how Castiel might figure into their mission, given that we're back to Sam and Dean as a twosome, he said that now that Cass has his mojo back, he's a secret weapon and it would be foolish not to utilize him. We wondered how much time will have passed between the season 10 finale and season 11 premiere, and he said it's going to seem like a direct pickup.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I love when they do those.
Those are
absolutely.
the best, dude.
It says, but then the brothers will face the question of how long were we out? And they're actually still asking that question after the first 4 episodes, which is how many outlines he's seen so far. So
really?
That's good.
And he said, well, he directed the 3rd episode. It says right here, the 3rd episode of the season. And when asked about the challenges of acting and directing at the same time, he said that they use 2 parts of the brain, so he had to learn how to switch them on and off, and he's getting better at it, which is good. Cool.
Real quick. That is the most interesting thing to me, leading into the storyline, that they've been like, how long have we been out? Because I love the direct pickup. I hate when they jump ahead and I have to fill in the fucking gaps with exposition and shit. But this sounds like they were like either knocked into like some kind of coma, or who knows what the darkness does to time.
Right.
You know, that's some really interesting concepts.
So, Mike, you want me to do the dab?
Moving to Carver. It's up to you, Thomas. Though.
No, yeah, go to Carver. We're already
let me just.
hour.
There's one. I know. I'm sorry, but the one part with Dab, he talks about the spinoff.
Oh, okay, do it.
And it says Andrew said that's still on the table, but it's all about what you bring to the party that's new. Supernatural has its own blue collar middle America flavor to it. If an idea came along that had that same energy, that same aggressiveness and appeal, we'd jump all over it. So is that what Bloodlines was?
You know what?
Bloodlines felt more like the attempt at the Mafia white collar kind of thing.
It's cool that they're kind of keeping it on the table, and he talks about it.
They should be. Why are they scared? You think
they were so confident with what they had before because the Supernatural was so big that they bit off more than they could chew. They didn't think, oh, it'll be fine, we'll work it out later, kind of thing. Now I think they really understand that they have to have something really good.
We need to just do that fan film that we've been wanting to do.
Dude, we do.
Just produce a fan film and say, look, this is it, guys. You can buy it from us. We'll produce it and write it. Here you go.
Let's do it. I'm in. Who can I play?
Like, there's so many. I don't understand how they're not just like, holy shit, this is a good idea.
I know, dude.
How many ideas have we
sat down and did that for at least an hour?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think they are gun shy now.
They're absolutely gun shy.
Stop being an idiot.
So the last part here,
let's get that spinoff.
It's with Carver. Now they didn't get to sit down with Carver. This is from the panel.
Is it just me? Is Carver getting better looking as he's
Are you going to hit him up?
No, I'm just saying that as a showrunner, I think he's getting more money. His paycheck's getting fatter, so
his skin's clearing up. He's wearing nicer clothes.
Have you noticed that though? Like
wow.
he has nicer glasses. I have
not noticed it.
He has better glasses on. His hair is different. His clothes.
He has
a
stylist now. Is that it?
Jesus,
I'm thinking he's fitting into the Hollywood lifestyle a little bit more.
Anyways, God. It says this is Carver. In season 11, they're going back to more of an epic feel with a big bad and a quest for the brothers to unite on.
Oh,
he thinks they have a pretty special big bad for this year. It's a pre-biblical story that's never been told.
I love it.
So I'm excited about that. Most importantly, he said, I feel like the brothers are going to be really, really united in defeating the darkness.
United we stand.
Yes.
Like after 9/11.
Yes.
Not after the Confederate flag debacle.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go. He said, as far as...
Stop being an idiot.
As far as prior characters who might be coming back, Jeremy said they're coming back in surprise ways, but he wouldn't provide any more details. So, I mean, I don't know who they could bring back at this point, but I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I got to agree.
You got a boner over there?
Yeah, and I think that article just covered half of our other articles.
I was going to say, I read through the second one. Elaborating on that a little bit, we have an article from International Business Times with Jared and Jensen, and Ackles says that Season 11 will kick off with the twosome attempting to fight back against the darkness while trying to, quote, figure out what it is, how far it reaches, and how to fix it.
Now, that's what I liked about this article, is the fact, figure out what it is. And I like that because that means hopefully it isn't going to be a meat suit, because if it's a meat suit, they can immediately kind of figure out what it is. It's going to talk to them. It's going to do the usual bad guy that's
what Padalecki says.
Monologuing.
Padalecki went on and saying, battling against the swarm of gloom will be much harder than they think, considering the darkness is a pre-biblical force. Quote, we have no one to really turn to because no one really knows anything. And that's one thing that I do like about the darkness, because everyone kind of remembers I was lukewarm at best with this season finale of where things went and how the darkness came out of nowhere and all that. And you guys can go back to listen to that one if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But I do like the idea that nobody knows what to do with this. It's beyond comprehension. And I honestly don't know what the hell they're going to do. And I think that's a testament to the writers, because while I do feel like the darkness was kind of pulled out of nowhere at the end of season 10, it is still something that after 10 years, I'm sitting here like, I don't know how the hell they're going to fight their way out of this one.
Well, that's the thing. I think for me, I have that same feeling, Thomas, but it's funny because it's something like they were talking about. It's an epic feel to it. It's got that epic feel.
Like apocalyptic level.
So that's what kind of makes it cool. I don't know. Honestly, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. But Mike, you were going to say something?
Oh, I'm just at the end of the article. It says that the winged creatures, meaning the angels, the winged creatures will learn the harsh and terrifying truth during season 11. I guess alluding to the fact that they don't know what it is either. I don't know how this information got out or not. I don't know if this is true. It says that the creatures will learn the harsh and terrifying truth during season 11 as Sam and Dean attempt to take on the darkness side by side this fall. So I don't know if the angels are going to get involved in this war.
I would think they'd have to.
Right. I mean, it's a war that involved their father.
I mean, Death tells us that it took God and all his angels and the archangels to defeat the darkness.
So there we have Castiel now has a point, and he's no longer Superman syndrome.
Exactly.
This is smart. I think this is smart. It also can go dangerously.
It could go off the rails at any moment. It could go off the
rails fast.
And I really do come back to my ultimate, personal fan fiction that Michael and Lucifer come back into this somehow.
Yeah,
because they're the most powerful angels, bar none, and they need their help, kind of thing. But we'll have to. Sadly, we have to wait and see on that,
which sucks.
Yeah. But we do have a little bit more information about a new and what sounds like incredibly interesting character that's going to be showing up in season 11. This new character we're learning about comes to us from ChristianToday.com.
Yeah.
Surprising to me,
Christian
but whatever. It talks a little bit about how they're starting to shoot for season 11. They started on July 7th, including Jensen Ackles filming the episode he directed, the third one.
Right.
The third episode of the new season will be directed by Ackles. According to TV Line, the episode in question, titled The Bad Seed, sets the stage for the coming of a femme fatale named Amara, who arrives on Earth with an acid tongue and a seductive beauty. Now,
let's focus on a couple things.
Let's go back. Let's put a pin in that for a second.
Who's playing her?
We literally have some sort of extraterrestrial of some sort.
Yeah, it says
involving themselves in the show.
That's how they describe her too.
It says the new character
coming to Earth,
who is described as an extraterrestrial in her 20s. So
now let's pause for a moment and let people realize, it's not ET. Extraterrestrial can mean anything unworldly.
Anything. Well, technically, you could argue that angels.
Yeah, anything that's not from this world is extraterrestrial.
Right. Well, here's the thing. So, like you said, Mike, their extraterrestrial can be from anything from off of this planet.
Yeah.
And obviously the darkness came from the sky and beyond, the veils of time and space.
It's extraterrestrial as well.
Right.
So, but here, this is both interesting to me because we see that it'll have some kind of thinking. Is she a bad guy? Clearly a femme fatale. Is she part of the darkness?
A femme fatale's not always bad, though.
Not always, but more,
Dude,
we're talking like
Nikita wasn't
4 out
bad.
of 5 times.
Yeah, femme fatale sometimes has their own motives. They are shady.
She's like Mystique,
and they usually lead men down a dangerous path.
They can't be trusted
right.
in the storyline traditionally.
They usually have other
Ruby,
motives.
for the longest time, until we find out she's just evil, was a femme fatale.
I would consider her a femme fatale, yeah. Definitely the first version of Ruby.
Yes.
I think the second incarnation we got Ruby was kind of like, she's just a bad. She's just evil.
Bad.
The Ruby
Blonde
from
Ruby season 3.
She was definitely modeled off
she helped
after
them,
femme
but
fatale.
she had her own motives, and we couldn't trust her.
100%.
She saved them.
She was seductive with both of them in their own ways, and then she kind of knew she couldn't control
and
Dean.
me in my dreams.
Yes.
I mean, what?
I'm holding judgment until I see what she looks like. Is that
Jesus
bad?
Christ.
Is that bad?
That's kind of the definition.
So you don't know if you like the idea of an extraterrestrial until you see what she looks like.
If she's hot, dude, I'm totally in for it.
Such a douche.
Well, here's my question. Are they going to portray her as some sort of extraterrestrial? Will she look otherworldly, or will it be the meat suit? If it's the meat suit, I get that from a budgetary standpoint if she's a major character, but at the same time, that leads me to fear what we've talked about, that the darkness has some sort of physical manifestation that's like Dick Roman.
If she ends up being some in a meat suit, that she can actually take that form and possess a person, I'll be okay with that. But the dark, let's say she's from an ancient society that knows of the darkness, that knows how to defeat them, but she also has her own motives.
Now, wait a second. You guys are using the meat suit and everything, but it literally says a new character who is described as an extraterrestrial in her 20s.
So she is going to be a meat suit.
Either she's in a meat suit or she's looks like a human.
That alien looks like she's in her 20s.
Damn. How many years is 20 on your planet?
Like, damn, that primordial smoke looks like it's in his 20s.
Yeah. Damn. Look at that ass. You could drop a dime off that. You know what, dude?
Stop being an idiot.
I think, honestly, what if it's not a meat suit? What if it's just her? She looks human. What if her
I feel like that's boring.
I would be better with that, though. With it being,
I would be more accepting.
Look at Death. Death doesn't take a meat suit.
Yeah, it's what he looks like.
He takes on a human form, obviously.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is I would want there to be some sort, even if it's just makeup, some sort of visual cue that she is not of this world, whether it's
she has no belly button,
permanent eye. Yeah, Kyle XY, really. My whole thing.
Stop being an idiot.
Most used drop ever. My whole thing is that I feel like that is kind of boring if it's just another person. Like at season 11, I want her to look different in some way.
Dude, you're not going to get Yondo from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. She's not going to be fucking blue, okay?
No, I'm not exactly asking for blue, but I'm asking for something creative. And I don't think that's too much to ask.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, they probably have some super smoking hot actress that they're going to put her and they're going to explain why she...
God,
hold on. Like, I'm not saying that as being a douche. They've got some hot girl that's going to play this character and they want to show this hot girl off. So they're not going to come up with... They're going to come up with some stupid reason why...
Here's the thing. That's my... I get that a lot of actors want their face time. They want to be seen on camera and remembered as this person. But I've always appreciated... the characters that stay in costume, stay in mask, that you become immersed in who they're supposed to be, rather than, oh yeah, that's clearly this person playing a character. If that makes sense.
I mean,
and it's a testament to the actor's abilities. But again, if you're telling me that the darkness that heaven and hell had to fight against, or at least heaven, and nobody can comprehend it, and it's just this black mist. I don't want Leviathans 2.0, and you know me, Ryan. I'm very negative.
You're very,
if you're just going to say, oh, yeah, it's some girl in her 20s, I'm like, how is this different than the last 10 years?
Do we not know? Can you Google who she is?
She's not been cast yet.
Wait, they have to have been. If he's third episode of the new season will be directed by Jensen Ackles. Oh, they haven't even done. She's supposed to be introduced in the third episode.
It remains to be seen who will be portraying the character.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
This is dated July 2nd, though.
Yeah, they might have somebody by now, but I haven't heard anything. Ryan will do the research. But, I mean, that's my fear, is that Leviathans already did this. And if the darkness does possess somebody, I don't want it to just be like they look like a person.
Yeah.
I want it to be like the mortal, like the mortal vessel cannot contain even a microscopic amount of the darkness.
Yeah.
Like they're ooze, like Crowley's eyes, they ooze black.
Yeah.
Or their skin just dies. They can only be in a vessel for a period of time.
Hold on. So here I found another article, and it says the femme fatale in her late 20s who possesses an acid tongue and a seductive beauty. The fearmonger is new to Earth and is so not impressed with the place. That doesn't stop her from sticking around. She's set to recur through the season. So that sounds like she's going to be around a while.
Recurring character.
Yeah. But it says the fearmonger is new to Earth.
Well, I thought she's going to be probably closer to villain than anything else.
Acid tongue and seductive beauty.
I have a feeling she won't be a villain. She might be what Ruth kind of was this season.
She wasn't really a villain either.
Not really a villain, just kind of
the
there.
Witty, but also not to be trusted. Antagonistic
she was totally
force.
a villain. She stole my heart. Oh, what's cute.
No, I mean, does that not sound at least kind of cool to somebody? Like the idea that this, like, they inhabit a human and then just immediately the body starts to decay. Now, I understand the budget on that would be amazing, but if they started
enormous.
If they started to go like how Death did, just see them start to dissipate because they can't contain the darkness, that would be so cool looking. And that would show that it's more powerful than anything, because angels could be inside a vessel, demons, they
definitely need to rethink. They need to rethink it and make sure that we definitely get something different. Yeah, we said that in the last couple of shows. I definitely agree with that.
But that's the thing, is like just saying that it's this female character who's in her 20s. Again, I'm like,
but however, doesn't it sound a bit exciting though? Extraterrestrial,
it's interesting.
Femme fatale. It definitely piques your interest, right?
I just want to know who's playing her.
Yeah,
because I wonder, is she visiting as a part of the darkness? Like, is she involved with them, or is she visiting as, like you said, Mike, she's from some other dimension or something? Who knows? Oh crap, it's out. The humans and God, the Earth God has fucked up. It's like that old episode in season 5 with all the other religions, deities, because there are different deities.
Yeah,
maybe different.
What if
planets
she's on Death's
have
level,
different
dude?
things? Like Death himself said, this is one tiny planet in one tiny corner of the universe.
I think they kind of had an idea, even though everyone says they don't know what they're doing. I think they kind of had an idea because they really kind of reminded us of that in the season finale. About the. I mean, even Jared's joke, Sam's joke, where he says, "Well, they're going to put you on some other planet." I'm just wondering if she's going to be, like E.T., if she's going to be.
I don't think so.
If she's going to be accidentally left here by her spaceship And then Sam will actually try to bring her to them with like Reese's and like kind of.
I really hope not, dude.
Like,
I hope
hey,
that's
guys,
not
terrible.
E.T. phone home.
One thing.
no.
Now, this isn't about Amara, but one thing that I had a concern about or question. They said that earlier. Jensen said that Castiel was, quote, their secret weapon.
Yes.
How is he a secret weapon? He, for all we know, right now, he's just an angel, a very special angel because Castiel.
Castiel. Yeah.
Because God brought him back after season 4, beginning of season 5.
Right.
That's what it was believed to have happened. Not only once, but twice.
Yes.
At the end of season 5. So clearly he is special. But what else does he possess that would allow him to be a secret weapon against the darkness if God had to fight this thing on his own?
I think the map that we can kind of put together is this. They can't directly connect everything back to Lucifer right away.
Right.
Meaning,
it'll take
because
time.
we've already seen the apocalypse. Now, if they're going to go epic, this is their first step towards something bigger than this world, and that the extraterrestrial element's good, the darkness element is good. The fact that they're going to be opening that door more into an other universe that's what they're doing. They're opening a door that's no longer has to do solely with Earth.
With angels and demons.
Right, and they have to. If they're going to go epic, they can't. That's about as epic as it can get.
You have to open up the universe.
You have to open that door. It starts to get dangerous.
Well, it doesn't have to be Doctor Who cheesy either. That's the thing.
Exactly. But that's the thing about Supernatural. And I am going to stand next to their decisions because Supernatural has, in my opinion, has done a fantastic job always reinventing itself. And this is just yet another example of them reinventing themselves. And to me, this is something we've had clues. And even with Kripke, when where Lucifer kills all the other gods, that was his step into saying, hey, look, there's so much more into this. There's more into this world than just Christianity-based beliefs.
Yeah.
We go into all of these things.
This show's been, like I said this all the time, the show's been on 10 years. They've got to expand a little farther. And once you use up specific, things like the other deities and the other gods and all these other things, you kind of have to go in another direction eventually. So I'm hoping that not so much E.T. or aliens or whatever. I'm hoping this is a cosmic, on a cosmic level. Not like a it's so hard to explain.
I get what you're saying, but I do worry of it becoming some kind of X-Files setup eventually.
Well, right, eventually, but you can't.
Not if they don't go.
I want them to
route.
open the door to this other possibilities, but not venture through it. If that makes sense.
So basically, what they've been doing to us and leading us on. That's what they've done.
Being led on.
I want to see this right. I want to see this door open to the vast possibilities, but I rather that door we only see through the keyhole rather than open, because then I feel like it won't be the same show anymore.
Well, it won't. Like I said, if you go that route, you're getting into Doctor Who territory,
and that's the thing too.
And I don't want that.
For me, it kind of lessens the main idea that Kripke had. How can these brothers and destiny and God on this planet be so important if we find out on the grand scale Earth is this tiny little dot of nothing?
Yeah.
How does it matter then?
I totally get what you're saying, 100%, and I want to agree with you, and I do at some level, but at the same time, it's all about the tone and the style and how it's executed. Like, as what Ryan was saying, I think Supernatural can delve into the cosmic.
It can delve. It cannot jump head first in.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
But eventually, if they keep going that way, they are going to jump into it more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only way, in my opinion, if you're going to go epic, that's
on a cosmic level.
Okay, you can't go, when it comes to worldly things, Lucifer proven they can kill our gods on Earth. They've already proven it.
Right.
So how are they going to make something from our world
be a threat?
True. And that's why I think this is a smart move. And as long as it's very
careful.
They got to be very delicate with it.
Look, I just don't want to see Sam and Dean and the Impala flying through fucking space.
That's not going to happen.
I'm just saying, but that's the thing. At some point,
I get what you're saying. That's the fear.
Yeah, that's the fear I have. Yeah. I know it's not going to happen.
And I would much rather, and I see this as a more likely possibility, that you open that door just a bit, and then, as sad as we all would be, Supernatural eventually comes to an end, and then the spinoff could delve more into that concept, that there is so much more to the universe, to these worlds, with characters who don't know, oh fuck, we can just kill anything with a stick and some blood ritual, who don't know that stuff.
Cole comes out of nowhere.
We need
and
that.
Starts,
yeah. We need that inexperience. If you want to go beyond Delve, A, it has to be very careful, and B, I don't necessarily believe that we should do it with the cast and the world of Supernatural that we know of today.
Yeah.
I think you have to do something.
I think, Thomas, you
different.
and I are on the same page there.
Yeah, no, again, I don't think they're going to be it's not going to be the end of Back to the Future where their wheels flip up and they fly off into the sunset.
We don't need roads.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
We're on our wayward sons. They're flying through fucking space.
But there's a ton of reboots that people have seen in the last 5 years that people are like, oh, there's no way they could fuck this up, right? And then the episode starts with this music. Oh, son of a bitch.
That'd be awesome.
I would be okay with a little meta episode like that.
Dude, it's so cool.
Tell me they can't do that.
No, they could. If they could absolutely meta the shit out of Back to the Future.
I would shit my pants.
It would be the best episode ever.
Oh, dude, I would be so psyched. And then you have Michael J. Fox come shaking in.
Calm down, Michael J. Calm down.
Calm down, dude.
Don't get so excited. Enough with the coffee. You're shaking a lot.
God, I love those movies so much.
I was gonna say, how good is that music?
Oh, it's good.
John Williams.
That's we don't get scores anymore.
We don't.
No.
Like epic scores.
We get Inception. Bwom.
Yeah. Sound design. That's all it is now. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, this is going to be coming out for you guys on Monday.
Hi, Monday.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell. Let me tell the story. So
go ahead.
So all of you that listened to the live show that we did,
thank you
for listening. Yes, because that was awesome. We had a lot of fun doing it, but we fucked up. Basically,
we's too many.
Yeah, Mike fucked up.
Yeah, I fucked up.
But you know what? Honestly, it's kind of a good fuck up, and the reason being we didn't.
Well, tell them what the fuck up.
Well, I'm getting there. We didn't record the live show, so we didn't record it. So we didn't have any recording of that show, so we couldn't give it out to you guys on demand.
Here's the thing. What happened was, for those of you who don't know, because this might screw you one day, if you have an Apple TV and use the Apple remote and own an Apple device to record stuff, the buttons will affect both devices at the same time.
Yeah, the Apple device basically turned off the recording on my Mac.
Right. So what we decided to do is, this is the bonus for you guys, is we're going to do another Mystery Science Theater episode. So right after we're done with this episode, we're going to do another one and record for you guys. And it's going to be, should I tell them what episode?
It's first off, what are we calling it? Mystery Spot 3000.
3000. We're going to do the episode Dog Dean Afternoon. So
we decided to pick another one that was lambasted a bit by us as well as fans.
Lambasted?
Yeah, look it up.
Wow. I'm going to Google that.
This will be coming out on Friday for you guys. What is that, the 24th?
Yeah, you know what I kind of want to do with that? It won't be live. However, let's broadcast it. Let's broadcast it on our channel.
Okay.
As if it was live.
That'd be cool.
We'll broadcast it at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll all get in the chat room anyways and bullshit.
Oh, there you go.
I'm cool with that.
Are you guys good with
that?
So
it'll be as if it was live for you guys. We'll be able to actually talk to you on this one rather than paying attention to what we're saying.
We'll broadcast at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday night.
Was that the July 24th?
July 24th.
Yeah,
cool.
There we go.
I mean, I don't do anything on Friday nights because I'm a loser. So,
join the club. Yay.
So is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, why not?
As of right now, yeah.
Okay.
Unless I get a date. And if I get a date, then
you could get in the chat room on your phone, though.
Hey, baby, hold on.
Yo, what up? I got to chat to
I got to chat to these hoes.
That's good.
Just kidding, listeners.
Yeah. And then, Mike, you have a bit of news for another interview we've got coming up. Is that correct?
I actually have had another conversation with Robert Behrens.
Yay.
Oh,
he and I basically conversed. Him and I conversed.
Without missing a beat. Conversed, yes.
Sorry, Mike.
Him and I hold on.
Stop being an idiot.
Him and I conversed about the interview before Comicon, and he said, "Hey, I've got my approvals from our PR department. I'm going to speak to Carver about it next, and we should be good to go after the Comicon. So any day now, guys." Any day we should be getting that interview from Robert Behrens. And I just love the fact that Carver, hey guys.
He knows of us.
How does this conversation go down? Like, hey, Robert Behrens. I'm Robert Behrens. And you're Carver.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Hey, so anyways, there's this show, Supernatural Crossroads.
Yeah, sounds gay.
It kind of is sometimes. Especially the guy, Ryan.
Especially that guy Ryan.
Yeah. Do you mind if I do?
think Travis had sex with that guy.
Anyways, the guy Ryan, right? He said that. Wait, I'm lost now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're Barron's. I'm Carver.
I'm guy in the background bringing coffee.
Yeah.
Shut up, guy in the background.
You're the PA.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what? Figured to do an interview, throw these guys a bone.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, they hashtag Supernatural a lot. Figured, hey, let me do my yearly job.
I don't give a shit, but okay.
Okay, is it okay if I do their show?
Sure, I don't even know what you just said to me.
Okay.
Hey, this
Mr.
coffee was
Carver,
supposed to be booger free.
Oh, God, I'm sorry,
What
sir.
the fuck, PA?
Oh, I'll fix that for you right away.
No, honestly, though,
I love how Thomas falls into that role so well. Please don't hit me, Daddy.
Please don't hurt me.
Don't hit me, Daddy.
Why do you think I hate everything? There's a lot of dark
but you know what,
past.
to think about it, like, and I know we geek out a lot about stuff like that, but to know that Carver
that's so cool.
knows about our show now, sort of, kind of.
Well, he already knows because Ruth said that Ryan's a creep.
Oh, damn. Fuck.
They sent me a DM.
Womp womp.
I didn't send her a dick message. Yet.
Jesus.
Give
JK.
him a day.
Dude, shut up.
So with that, guys, that's going to do it here for us on this episode of Supernatural: The Crossroads during hiatus. Remember, check us out again on Friday. We will be doing the live chat at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As always, we want to thank you for listening. Check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Tell your friends to watch the show. And we will see you guys all next time.
Little maggot, you are no longer a part of this story. Hey, ass butt.